Alright. Long time no see, folks, as my curtain is falling down. I'm gonna leave it alone. Faulty thing. Anyway, hope everybody's doing well. It's been a couple of days. We have a pretty high-end event expected. It's been a pretty busy evening. Kind of a little bit on the slower side considering the risk that we have. In case anyone hasn't known, anyone hasn't been keeping up with it, we have a moderate risk for severe weather tonight. It's mainly entailed by a wind threat here, so it's going to be Windbag Central here. We pulled out the pink Sharpie for the wind here. Not a high risk, but this is just a color code for damaging winds. There is a isolated tornado threat here in this brown area here. It's our 5% area. There's a notable hail threat, but we're mainly going to be on the lookout for high winds here. In fact, winds may reach 100 miles an hour even in some of these spots here in this red area. Hello, Mia. So, this could get pretty interesting really quickly. One thing that I'm a little bit curious about, though, are the storms that have already rolled through here. I'm wondering if by some chance that these stronger storms that we have right now, because I've also had storms in my own area, I'm kind of just keeping an eye out, hoping it doesn't knock out my power, because that'll screw up the stream, of course. But with these storms here, I'm wondering if this will take away some of the energy that is already out, that is the latent energy that's already out here in this area, or it hampers the energy for the later storms. Thank you. Happy to be back. It's been a little while, and I'm still trying to get my rhythm back. Don't know why my nose is so stuffy. It isn't one thing, it's another. Oh, by the way, we do have PA Storm Tracker's feed on here today. So, we're going to, of course, have them on the screen here. There we are. We also have a couple cameras to look at, but there's not really a whole lot going on right now. Like over towards Wichita, everything's kind of a little further off to the south. So, won't have a great view of what's going on over there. If we had a better view over towards like Arkansas City, I'd feel a little better. See if I can find something over here real quick. I do have the DOT cameras up. Kansas City has a decent little infrastructure of cameras over there as well, which is nice. Okay. Okay, so we got that. Also, if you haven't, folks, love it if you would hit that like button. Definitely helps us out a lot over here to continue doing what we're doing right now, even. Yep. Yeah, and it looks like you are getting some tonight. No diddy. That, yeah, it looks like your area is going to be right under the gun. Are you going out in it, or are you going to sit this one out? Wouldn't recommend this for a first chase, that's for sure. I still need to go on mine. Yeah. I mean, there's no shame in chasing a windbag. In fact, that probably would be my first chase. Oh, come on, don't. Okay, I was about to say. I pull up the camera only for it to freeze up literally moments after. Sheesh. I wonder if it's got the same format as those Bama cameras. Those Bama cameras were horrible. Like literally after about maybe 90 seconds, you had to like stop. I saw. I took a look at things just after I had That was actually right around the time where I got up this morning. Oh, gotta get the music going. What am I doing? What am I doing? But yeah, I saw that just as I was getting ready for work. Then I saw then I saw you guys talking about the reports later. Hey, Mama G, good to see you. What's I doing? Oh, just trying to get the music going. I mean, yeah, I'm okay. I don't know why I'm still kind of feeling off. Like right now, my nose has been congested these last few days. Whatever is going on with me as far as like my sinuses, it looks like the worst of it's over. I hope. Fingers crossed. But yeah, it's been a weird few weeks. We got a tornado warning, by the way, or it's a continuation of tornado warning over here. This is a storm in western Nebraska that I've been watching. I also heard about Brandon being sick. I wonder what's going on there. I wonder if it's probably seems like it's a much worse thing than what I got going on. All right, Mama G. Yeah, I hope Brandon feels better because that sucks. All right, here we go. We got the music now. Oops, that's not what we want. No, that is not what we want. Ah, go away. There we go. Alright, that's much better. Yeah, I remember Jordan having something. I don't know how similar it was, but yeah. It's a sneaky little bug that's just been kind of going around. No one really has said just what it is exactly. Okay, these are old tornado warnings. I gotta learn how to get things set up to where I don't have to where I can just I don't have to manually do the siren. I don't know if it's like coding that I would have to do or what. Like some of these other guys. I don't know how they have it figured out, but I need to figure it out now. Since the last time since I spoke with you all, there have been a few updates here on weather-wise. Here's the music, by the way. They have the mesoscale map up, or the multi-regional scan up finally. I've been dying for them to get this one. I'm really happy to see that. If there was a chance that they could get some reports on here, then I'm set. I could probably do without weather models on here, me personally. I'll just stick to using something like Pivotal Weather or something like that, or Tropical Tidbits for most of my weather model updates. But I am happy about them getting that regional scan. The outlooks is cool. Do kind of need them to update that satellite here. I do want to have a satellite loop. That's one thing that I'm really wanting from them now, or two things I'm really wanting: storm reports, and then satellite loop. But I think if I remember correctly, Brandon Kopic was saying that we already have the weather models in the works, so if it's an available feature, I will take it. By the way, guys, if you could, make sure you hit that like button. That would be awesome. Because if things start to really go south tonight, this video getting further into the algorithm is it's crucial. Especially with the potential for winds being as strong as they could be tonight. Hi, Blondie. Good to see you. Uh-oh. Got a little glitch going on here. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Yep, this is okay. Yeah, I guess this does kind of work like the Alabama DOT. You don't have to do that now. Don't get yourself in trouble for me. Don't get yourself in trouble for me. I am flattered by that, though. Thank you. Especially with the work day that I had today, that being rough, I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, I don't want you to get blocked, because with the way things have been the last few weeks, it's been tough to even be on here sometimes. Between work and just trying to stay healthy right now has been a challenge, which is surprising for me, because I normally don't get sick. Man, I'm really... now. Like, really, I'm just trying to shake off this, whatever this is, but it's been going on with my sinuses. Hey, what's up, Justin? How you been? Things have been a little quieter over there. Hope you've been able to enjoy some of the downtime. I know you still work a regular job just like I. Oh, are you doing a stream later? Are you doing a fireside? What is it called? Like a fireside stream, isn't it? Fireside stream? Shoot. Yeah, it's been dry over towards your area. We just had a pretty big storm come through. In fact, I think a little earlier we had a severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, fireside chat. That's pretty cool. Shoot, depending on how things go with this, I might tune in. Seems like the storms won't fire till late, and I'm not sure if I have doubts on whether or not this does anything or does the Hurricane Force Plus, but I'm kind of interested in how this environment's looking right now due to the fact that, well, we have so much activity over towards our main area of interest. But yeah, if it does get hot, or if it does get crazy here, then, well, I'll just handle my business here. Or at least try to say something on there. I'm honestly surprised I'm still awake right now. Because I had a 10-hour day at work. I'm just happy that I even had the energy to stream. The day was rough. 10 hours, and then on top of that, I think the high today was like 88. Relative humidity was at least 70%, maybe 75. So, yeah, it was pretty brutal out there today. Okay, oh, you got a sinus rinse. I haven't. I've been telling myself for quite a while to get some vapor rub, because that used to be what I did. Whew. Man. Dang, that's rough. I mean, we've had a few nighties here and there, but I don't think we've had the heat indices reach 100 yet. Thankfully, the off season begins next week. I'll still be working a different job at that point. Try to keep the income rolling, of course, but as far as being outside right now, I'm gonna try to avoid that. Well, our tornado warning in Nebraska is about to be allowed to expire here. The next 6 minutes. This is probably exiting the warned area at this point. Honestly, based off of radar data here, it doesn't really look all that impressive. And it looks like it's kind of gone below severe limits. Let me go ahead and take a look at the velocity to go with it. Yeah, not really a whole lot there. It's definitely not anything that's incredible. It's cooled down well at night. Well, at least towards that part of the state, it does. Here, it's still been hitting. Like, I think tonight, we're not going to go below 70 over here. So, going to kind of be one of those sticky mornings, and we'll probably have another afternoon storm chance. But I will say one thing. The rain that we've been getting has been doing wonders for aeration at the very least. Doesn't take a whole lot to generate the plugs needed. So At least not so much in the way of service calls. I'll take that, but makes a mess on the machines and makes a mess on my boots. So there's that. It's 88 and it feels like 98. Yeah, y'all are getting that Gulf moisture like it's relentless over there at the very least, Justin. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately for me, there's not too many places to run when I'm outside. It is what it is, though. I knew what I signed up for. Oh, here's my farmer stand, by the way. Look at that. Pretty gnarly. You can see where my work shirt sleeve stops and where everything else is exposed. Oh, it has been raining over there? I just haven't seen a whole lot going on over towards the region in regards to rain in Arkansas. But when I really think about it, yeah, it does rain. I think the heaviest of rains... No, no, you guys have gotten a bit. I would love to be able to hide under some trees. Because a few times we do have trees and shaded properties, we got to deal with spiders. And then on top of that, the grass doesn't really grow there. Warm season grass and tall trees don't mix well. That's one thing we've learned out here. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, that's gonna be that might be the remnants of this MCS that we're looking at right now. It's over towards Kansas. And how ironic that you mentioned that when it's Arkansas City right here, it's under severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, Bermuda and Zoysia are terrible under shade. They just die so quickly. A little bit different if you have fescue, those cooler seasons grass. The cooler season grass like that tends to perform pretty good. But in this kind of weather where you're going 80, 90 degrees, terrible. Fescue browns, that starts to brown out and wilt a little bit. And then you have to do fertilizer and other sorts of treatments to help keep it green throughout the year. Yeah, I don't blame you for not having turf. Because the upkeep can be a bit much. Can't lie. But this warning right here earlier is actually what we dealt with over here in Atlanta about a couple hours ago, by the way. Not a whole lot came of it, but it was some pretty nice thunder and lightning. It was pretty loud. Thoroughly enjoyed that. I'm kind of hoping that we stop getting these little mesoscale systems and kind of get more of those traditional summertime storms. We've had a lot of organized activity over here. And I mean, while it's cool, I haven't seen any of those thunderstorms that we would get towards like June or July where we have that purple sky from all the lightning and stuff like that. It does. I can't lie. It does keep me employed. Ooh. Man. It just makes me miss that old view that I had at the last place I was staying at, and just a little bit further outside towards like the western part of Atlanta. I stay more so towards the eastern side now. But towards like northwest Atlanta, right around this area, was where I used to live. I had this perfect view facing off to the north. I was on a hill. I could see the sky off to the north and to the west, so I could see everything. So whenever a storm would come in, I would take my phone. I had fast burst camera app on there, and I was just going to town trying to catch as many lightning bolts as I could. A handful of those are on my Instagram, but I wasn't able to post all of them. It's kind of hard to catch those, can't lie. But yeah, I missed that view over that I used to have over towards Kennesaw. If I were to get my dream house, I would probably end up having something similar to that. Yeah, that's what's going on over there right now. It stands right now, we are currently at 0 tornado warnings. We have only severe thunderstorm warnings right now. And it looks like as of right now, none of these have reached 70 miles an hour at the moment. We'll have to wait till later to see if that ends up remaining. Because it looks like over the course of the next couple hours from weather model data, it does look like it might ramp up. And supposedly, it would be from this line of storms that's up here. I'm a little bit uncertain with this, only due to the fact that these storms down here have been going on for a bit. I'm sure they've taken up a fair amount of energy in the atmosphere. Probably not all of it. But it does make me interested in trying to figure out whether or not this ends up having the same kind of oomph as what we had predicted previously. Because it was one of these two areas that would have been touted to have the potential for up to 100 mile per hour winds. And this is right in the point of interest here based off the outlook. It's this area right here. How fast is this storm system moving right now? This is moving at 30 miles an hour, so not nearly as fast as what it usually would be whenever we have these big bow echoes, derecho type situations. So I think that might be something kind of working against it. But the night is still young. And we know that once that low level jet kicks in, nighttime sometimes ends up being the right time. Yeah, you guys hitting that like button, by the way. We'd love it if we would get a few more likes here. We're at 10 right now. Let's see if we can't get that to 15 if it's at all possible. There we go. Thanks for the heads up on that one, Blondie. Thanks, Blondie. It's been a rough month. It has been a very rough month for me. Been sick on and off. Work's been crazy. Injuries. Cracked my ribs even. It's been rough. The worst part about that was sleeping. Like, my sleep pattern, I'm still trying to get that back right. That's nothing to apologize for. If you knew why that was, which, I mean, I'm not embarrassed to say it, but if you knew why that was, it's like, well, of course that would have happened. But yeah, it's been a rough month, but I'm fully healed up now. I'm even going back to the gym when I can. I actually meant to stream yesterday, but things didn't go right. I'm super pissed that I didn't. Now looking back at what happened, so drew up the thumbnail and everything, and man. I'm so mad. I'm still kind of mad I didn't stream. Yes, I did. It's been it's been awfully busy over the last month, and I've missed a lot. I have missed an awful lot. I mean, I've still been streaming here and there, but it's been awfully difficult. Like especially during the peak time when I was like injured. Like even just sitting still hurt. Oh, pulverized? Jeez. Man, I'm so mad I didn't stream that one. I'm so mad. I need to do a quick thing here. I should have. I don't think I've shared the stream on any of my socials. That lets you know that I'm out of practice for sure. So that's not a mistake I normally make. It just kind of lets you know that I'm not all there right now. We're gonna get back right though. Ooh, that's horrible. That's horrible. I can't imagine what that would have been like. I mean, if I told you how I got hurt, you probably would have been, well, no, Sherlock. I mean, what did you expect? I really don't want to say it because then you guys are going to probably start grilling me. And I mean, if you do, fair play. But still, I don't want to face the music. I don't want to take accountability. Well, I already did. I had no choice really. But yeah. We've had a few tornadoes today. I'm trying to see if there's been any photos or anything like that. Hopefully the computer doesn't. Oh, another thing. There might be another round of storms that comes in later. And I don't know if anyone knows I don't know if anyone knows about Georgia Power, but it can get a little sketchy sometimes out here. So hopefully we don't have any issues, but if the stream were to just randomly cut out, at least you know why. It was not my doing. I just want that to be known. Alright, we're one like away from 15. Jeez. Yeah, I'm just glad you're still here. I'm sure you are too. Like, I can't imagine what that's like. I'm pretty sure I would rather... screw it, I'll say it. Feel free to grill me, I don't care. Well, I mean, 3 days in a row of going to concerts and mosh pitting are the reason. What? What, Gumby? I don't get that. A UPS station? Yep, there we go. I had more fun, but it was really the first day where I got my ribs cracked. Getting hit to the liver about 70 times isn't fun either. Surprisingly, I don't think the ladies were the ones that ended up forearming me or whatever was going on in the stomach. And also, probably whoever it was that jammed my fingers. Like one person bent my finger. I don't know what it is, but the first one that I went to, man, like they weren't moshing. Like normally you just like kind of push each other around and whatnot and run in a circle. Some of these dudes are like grabbing. Some of these folks are like grabbing. I'm like, what are you doing? No, this isn't how you mosh. You aren't wrong. Yeah, I was a little worried about that. I almost wonder if I almost wonder if I almost wonder if I had broke a rib or something at one point. But it is what it is. I mean, I'm a veteran when it comes to the pit. Blondie is just bad luck. Uninterruptible power supply. Well, I wasn't thinking of an acronym. Come on. That's not the first thing that comes to my mind when I see UPS. And it doesn't help that my last name is actually the same color as the company, okay? I mean, it's no secret what my last name is on here. It's Brown. So if you say UPS by default for multiple reasons, the first thing I'm going to hear in my head is, what can Brown do for you? Because I remember one of my old drill instructors even, because I was in Civil Air Patrol. I was never enlisted. But I remember one of my old drill instructors or something, batter back up. What? What? You're losing me here, okay? You're losing me here. Battery backup. Oh. I'm trying to figure out, there actually is a source that I've been looking at for that, but I cannot afford it right now. Maybe next month I might be able to, but I still got to get. Oh yeah, I got to talk about that at some point. That video I've been putting off so hard because it's been hard to talk about that. That's another thing that I've been dealing with too. So. I'm gonna have to be I may as well just say it on here and stream. So, bad news in regards to my storm chasing situation right now. I had a car lined up a few weeks ago, and unfortunately, earlier this year, I had a little issue. Coffeeville? Hang on, guys. Okay, let's have a look. Storm's still a pretty good ways off, but you do need to be careful. You do need to be watchful. We're keeping an eye on it. No need to take shelter yet, but once that warning gets issued, I might say otherwise. But for right now, you're good. Just keep an eye on that radar, or just stay tuned to us. Yes, this does have a tornado possible tag. Alright, but Alright, so listen, guys. Ah, man, this has been hard for me to want to like talk about because it's also something that's kind of gotten to me a little bit. I was a little down about it. I can't lie. So earlier this year, I had a little issue. Car actually got repossessed, and it's kind of ruined my history a little bit. Just about got everything paid off, but because of the fact that I had a repossession, unfortunately, when I went to try to get another car from who I previously had gotten it from, they declined it. So I went through the whole transaction thing, and unfortunately, like I went from one day being like, okay, I'm getting the car the next, like in the next couple of days, to all of a sudden, it's like, no, you can't get the car. I already had all the fixings for it. All I had to do was install everything, which was another reason why I'd been away, because I was trying to get everything set up, and unfortunately, just kind of just all kind of went to hell. So I was trying to accept that. That was a bitter pill to swallow. I can't lie, still is. So kind of have to go a different route because originally I was trying to. It was a rental car. Setup would have been really nice, but you know, it is what it is. I'm just trying to make sure that whatever I do get, I can at least work on it to where I can have it road ready. Yeah, I would have loved to have been ready by the time hurricane season comes. By the time hurricane season ramps up, but might be pushing this back to fall to second season. I mean, there's no guarantees with that even, but considering the fact that I live in Dixie, you know, there may be a couple opportunities here and there if it's at all possible. But yeah, that's one of the things that's been going on as well, along with the other stuff like the injuries and being sick. So yeah, it kind of sucks. Yeah. Yeah, it's no fun, just not fun at all. Just gotta buy a car outright and just make sure I do my homework when I do that. But that's just gonna require a lot of saving and a lot of building funds. I mean, I'm not far off. It's just you had it yet. It's really not the fact that I got turned down. It was the fact that I literally had it in my hands. I literally had the date and everything set, and then all of a sudden, it just went from that to just like, dang, you didn't have to do me like that. Didn't have to do me like that at all. You could have just told me no from the start. I would have accepted that. But it's alright. It's life. It's really how you handle those situations that'll define you. Not necessarily that particular moment. So it'll be alright. US 400. I want to say, I was about to say something stupid and say that hey, that goes through Georgia, but that's just Georgia 400. There is a big difference. That's State Highway 400, not US Highway. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys tuning in, man. I also appreciate the kind words. Because like I said, I was a little down about it. US 54-400. Thank you guys. I needed that. I kind of needed that. I can't lie. Because one thing about me, I'm not really the type that panders Both are U.S. highways. Oh, U.S. 54 and 400. Okay. Both are U.S. highways. Okay. I'm trying to remember. These are details I'm going to have to remember because, I mean, at some point, I would hope to be able to chase out in the plains too. But for right now, Georgia and probably Alabama highways are going to be what I remember most. If I'm feeling really bold, I might even try Tennessee. Just whatever is really within like reasonable range. Oh, they're the same highway. Okay. I got a lot to learn. Got a lot to learn about the roads. Yeah, the car would have been a probably wouldn't have been the best vehicle anywhere for storm chasing. It would have been like it would have been a VW Jetta, which is basically the first car I had. First one that I had was like a '09 Jetta. Really good car. Really good on gas, but I don't know if it would be all that good for off-roading or anything like that. But, you know, those cars drive good. They're pretty durable. Just don't let the ECM go out on it. That's what happened to my first car. Devastating. Okay, that's what that is. Alright, so I need to figure out a I need to figure out a way to get a time estimate here. Yeah, I did end up seeing your thumbnail, Justin. So, like I said, depending on how this goes, I might be able to tune in. I hope the sinus issue I have isn't a heat-related illness. I mean, I know I'm outside a lot. There's not really anywhere that I can hide from the heat, so I'm wondering if maybe by some chance that that might have something to do with it too. I haven't, despite my research though, I haven't really been able to find any ways to prove or to neither prove nor disprove it. Yeah, a lot of other guys have had it. Brandon Kopic has it now. I think Jordan Hall had it. I had a really bad sinus bug these last few weeks. Like, I've had sinus pressure making my head feel like a bowling ball and discharge coming out of my eyes and stuff. It was crazy. Buckland, Kansas, 400 moves north to Dodge City, goes to the south all the way to, wow. Well, they don't call it a U.S. highway for nothing then, I guess. It's pretty expansive. And I know there's a few of them around. I just have to familiarize myself with them more. I think we have maybe 2 U.S. highways here in Georgia. I know we have 19 and 41. I think there might be more. Obviously, right now it's not an important time to look at that, but you know. Whew. Now, thankfully, I haven't had any fevers, but phew, that's rough. In my lifetime, I think I've only ever had maybe 2 or 3 fevers ever, which I'm really grateful for. Or at least fevers to my knowledge, I should say. The few times that I have had them, though, I would prefer not to have them again. That was a bad experience. Okay, so interesting situation here. Because if I remember correctly, this moderate risk actually moved a little further south than the last time I remember. I wonder if I don't know if it's an allergy for me this time. Like at one point, I did wonder if I was dealing with a pollen allergy, because the pollen count here gets really bad. Like I think for almost a month straight, we were kind of ranging a little bit over 10,000 on our pollen count every day. But I had a little reaction to it, but it wasn't anything all that severe. Anyone else that did have pollen, though, they were miserable. Hmm. But yeah, the tree pollen, if there's any reaction that I would have, I think it would be mostly to tree pollen. Grass pollen, I don't really respond to. My coworker, however, and this is how we know when some of the lawns that we work on have been treated properly or not. There's a particular type of grass that he reacts to. It's called a poana. We would technically consider that a weed if you're trying to grow the typical grass that you would around the state, which would be like Bermuda or zoysia. All right, Justin. I hope you feel better as well, man. But yeah, there's a particular type of grass that he reacts to. It's called poana. It's a type of grass that we treat. But yeah, when he runs into poana, his nose starts running. He gets congested really bad. Hey, Moderate Motley. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. It's a little bit apt that your name is Moderate because we have a moderate risk today. So far, hasn't been too bad. We haven't had a whole lot going on. But the weather models are still showing that there's like that little corridor back towards West Oklahoma that we might need to watch. And I'm also watching. Thanks for sharing. Yes, thank you a bunch for sharing, Blondie. Always can count on you for that, for sure. Thank you. Oh, really? Thanks. Definitely appreciate that. Well, I'm hoping to join the ranks soon. I just need to get a vehicle, that's all. You invented him. You invented him. She worked in the shop like little Anakin in the Phantom Menace. I'm sorry, you know I had to do that. Moderate Motley became R2, not R2D2, but C3PO. Sorry, I'm a little bit of a Star Wars nerd. Well, if I'm being honest, I've been pretty inconsistent lately, but I try to go live as much as I can. The big problem that I've had lately is my work schedule has been absolutely god awful. Like today, I probably got off at like 5 o'clock and I didn't eat till about 6. And I was trying my best. I've been trying my best to keep myself awake. But I think I finally just came around about 7:30, so I said, all right, we're going to try to go for 8 today. Especially since it was a little bit slower than expected. But typically I try to stream as much as I can whenever there's a bigger weather event, even sometimes the smaller ones. But like I said, recently I've been kind of inconsistent. stuff like getting sick or actual injuries. Yeah, it's just been pretty messy. But yeah, you can ask these folks during the springtime. I was on here almost every day for just about a week straight easily. I probably could have, if I hadn't had to work, I probably would have been live for about probably 10 days straight, maybe even more. But yeah, if I can be here, I'm here. I'll put it that way. Shoot, if I could, I really would love to be out there myself. Oh. Alright, I appreciate that, moderate. Yeah, I'll try and contact you. I'm terrible at getting back to people, so I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to push myself to remember that. I think there's some other guys out there that are a little bit pissed at me. I haven't spoken to them lately. Yeah, recently, just like in March, I got Skywarn certified. So, I mean, I'm ready to be out there. It's just I don't have a vehicle. My vehicle got repoed in January. Yeah, it took a while for me to get all that off my chest. I'm glad I finally did, though. Let me go to his channel, by the way, while I'm at it. Oof. Well, yeah, I was nervous talking about that because I don't really talk about my problems, man. I'm not one that likes to open up. That's one thing about me. So it took a lot for me to just say, hey, I'm gonna say it. It took a lot for me. But once again, I guess I fail to realize just how awesome a community I have here. The day's even been a rough day. 10 hours at work and in the heat, non-stop, traveling all across the eastern half of the city. What was told to be a route that really wasn't all that bad. It was bad. If you're seeing this, Josh, yes, that route sucked. Dang. Yeah, I think we have a new tornado warning here, by the way. Yes, we do. I gotta figure out how everybody else is able to get theirs to be like automated whenever they do the siren. I was wondering what was going on with that velocity signature, but I wasn't sure because we were kind of far away from the radar. Either way, though, so radar indicated tornado warning. This is for Ellis and Roger Mills County. This is in western Oklahoma. This is 7 miles south of Higgins here. Some locations that we're going to have to watch out for: Crawford, Durham, and Roll here. It's in effect for another 41 minutes. This is also capable of producing golf ball sized hail, so if anyone happens to be in the path of this storm, would urge you to also maybe put that car in the garage if it's at all possible. But if you're too close, you definitely need to get into your safe spot. But if you got a little extra time, sneak that car into the garage. Because I know hail insurance ain't cheap. If you even have it. Yep. Make sure you are taking your emergency precautions. I'll pin that, of course, Blondie. It's always good to have you in stream. Oh, always good to have you in stream. But yeah, I was just in a tough spot from like late last year and heading into this year. I just couldn't hold out for much longer. You know, it's just kind of one. It was just kind of one of those things where once you kind of get into a hole, that it's just really hard to fight your way out. Like you're trying your hardest to fight your way out of it, but it just got to be too much, and I had to make a decision. So I had to give up the car, and it sucked to do that too, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah, I'm hoping by fall I have my own vehicle again. I'm gonna have to have it soon anyway, because I'm gonna be eventually heading out of state for my brother's wedding. I think it's gonna be like sometime in September. Now there is one thing that would bum me out. It's that it would be the one thing that would probably bum me out would be hurricane season ends up being super quiet, and then with my luck during peak season, during that week or however long it is that I'm away, that's when something big happens. We have this landfalling storm and I'm not here to stream it. Like the level of rage that I would be on like the level of rage that I would be on would be I wouldn't even be able to begin to describe to you. Gumby, you fail to realize my life has been nothing but jinxes half the time, even when I don't say it. Like, if I want to go to a metal concert, for example. Like, if I go to a metal concert, for example, then all of a sudden, it's like, okay, it's a marginal risk. It should be fine if I just go. All of a sudden, tornado of the year. That happened last year, actually, I think. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me. Like, I just can't win. It seems like Mother Nature sometimes herself just gets shy around me. It's like, no, I don't want to show you anything. I will show everyone else but you. I'm like, why? What did I do to you? It'll happen either way. It already does happen. I'll be like, okay. Be like, okay, so it's just a marginal risk, or it's just a slight risk with a non-tornado threat, and then all of a sudden you get like 7 tornadoes in like Oklahoma, or 5 tornadoes in Florida randomly. I'll be like, the worst times is whenever, you know, honestly, the worst times is probably like whenever I'm making like a forecast video, and then all of a sudden I look on WeatherWise or something, and then all of a sudden I see like 6 tornado warnings. I'm like, dang. Hey. It's been a long time, K-Wolf. You're one of the OGs. You were there for the first stream. Long time no see, and I'm glad that you're doing all... I hope that you're doing all right. Glad to see you back, though. The algorithm at times is not nice to me, I can't lie. But yeah, I haven't really stopped, even though a lot of things have tried to stop me. But yeah, the community's grown quite a bit since you've last been here. I mean, you can actually see the sub count under my name, under my face. Oh, and I actually show my face now. A little fun fact. The first time I did a face reveal here was at 500 subs. The first stream that we did was it was in February of 2023. It was like towards the tail end of February. I think the area that we were covering was over towards the Fort Worth area, over towards Dallas. And then it actually spanned all the way over into Missouri, which, if I remember correctly, that's where you're from. I think it's like somewhere towards like Springfield, Ozark, somewhere around there. Let's try to remember. But now there's so many of you, it's getting harder and harder to keep up. It's a good problem to have, though. I don't know if Brandon's still here, but those storms are starting to get a little bit closer. The good news about that is, however, is that the tornado possible tag at the moment is no longer there. There is a little notch, though, that I'm still keeping a close eye on. Huh? Uh-oh. I think you sent a dupe, K-Wolf. Maybe the internet over there might be an issue. But yeah, we'll definitely need to keep an eye on this here. I wonder if I can get a camera over there. That's really, that really looks like it's the main point of interest over there. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's right outside of Wichita here. It's like we're literally right on its doorstep. It's mainly for ping pong ball sized hail. It's in Kansas. Point of interest is like right on the border. But I haven't really seen anything over there from DOT. I think you might have some luck with Independence, maybe. Oh, wait, I found one. Never mind. I got it. Trying to think, which one do I want? Oh, it's the camera that we're on. It's just still a ways off. That's all. We were on the right camera, though. Yeah, still stuck in the Ozarks. It's US 50 at Cedar Vale. Yeah. I haven't found anything over there, though. Only thing I can do is just kind of try to stay out ahead of it. You can kind of see a little bit of the structure right there starting to show up. Oh. That's awful. Sorry to hear that. Okay, so I was looking at it from a different radar, actually, looking at this. So, actually, the rotation isn't even that good, if I'm being truthful now. Yeah, there isn't really a whole lot there. I'm still gonna watch that area, but if anything, I'd say right now that I wouldn't be too concerned about an imminent tornado. And are you talking about that hurricane from last year, or one that was a little bit more, a little bit further back? Because if it was Helene, then we were tracking that here. Oh, that was actually, I think, still to this day, that's my longest stream. 16 hours. That was brutal. Also, quick question, guys. I know this isn't necessarily related to weather. I've been trying to keep up with it, though. Okay, so that's continuing. Ah, yeah, you're just a little behind on the stream. Quick question, by the way, guys. Did anyone catch the basketball game last night? The finals, the NBA finals. Who won that game? Was it Oklahoma or was it Indiana? I'm actually rooting for Indiana. Oh wow! So this is an observed tornado warning now. Hail size has also been upgraded here. This probably has been confirmed by it's been confirmed by broadcast media. So tornado is confirmed on the ground here. This is 7 miles north of Durham here. So this is a confirmed tornado that's going to be heading into Crawford and Durham and Roll here. The warning still remains in effect until 45 past the hour here. Let's go back to the storm here. I hate how far away it is. I think KVNX is probably our best bet here. Hey, Christine. Yeah, that's definitely it right there. It's hard to dispute that. I'd say how far away we are from the radar. That's all. I don't know if which. I don't know if. I don't know which radar site would be best. I don't know if KVNX or KTLX would be better. They're similar distances, so it's not like we're going to be looking much lower to the ground. I think I like the picture that we're getting from KVNX a little bit better. So I think I'm going to stick with that. The tilt's about the same. Yep. It's okay. It's okay, K-Wolf. Yeah, sounds about right. Is KDFR any better? Not really. Dang, I didn't think there would be a little radar hole here. And this is like one of the most active tornado corridors in all the U.S. Ain't that something? Hang on a second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, you guys. Had a knock on my, heard a knock on the door. Had to make sure I checked it out. Nothing serious. Some food that I got earlier. That's all. But anyway, yeah. All 4 of those radars are stupid far away from the storms. Like I said, really shocked that we have this little radar hole here. I mean, our next rats have good range here, but I would love something a little bit closer, but I don't. Something tells me we're not going to get the best kind of visual when it comes to velocities here. So we're just going to kind of have to go with reflectivity as best as we can here. But from what we can see, though, it's a decent return here still. And the fact of the matter is that really all 3 of these are still showing substantial rotation here, and that's really what counts. Yeah, I think KVNX probably is the best one we got. You're not looking forward to tomorrow? Your area's under the gun. .65 gate to gate. I think it's higher than that, actually. Let me take a look. Let me take another look at it. This junky pixelated look. I hate this. It's so frustrating. Okay, let's get a look at it. Oh yeah, I got something much higher. I don't want to give it much merit because of how high we're looking, but I would say 98.17. That would be closer to 115, maybe 116. Yeah, it's 116 gate to gate what I got, but yeah, easily 65 plus gate to gate. But yeah, basically what you would do, get your gate to gate, add the red to the blue if they're touching. And since it's moving in this direction, I actually could make an argument that it might be this right here. So maybe it would be slightly less. But yeah, even then, Lord knows what it actually could be closer towards the surface. We need a radar out here towards Woodward. Or actually, it's really not that big of a radar hole, but it's just enough of one to where it's a nuisance. Oh, the one in October. Yep, it was Helene. Yep. Yeah, we were covering that one. It affected my area too. It took trees. It didn't really take trees down, but it did produce a lot of flooding here as well. Got much worse off to the south and east of me. Had coworkers that had rows of trees down in South Georgia. Had family members towards East Georgia that actually had power out for almost a week straight. And it got even worse as it went towards like South Carolina. We actually caught like several tropical tornadoes live on stream. So yeah, that was a long night. I don't know if I ventured through Yancey County, but earlier this year when I was working, when I was doing some extra work, I ended up doing a job over there towards the region. I remember seeing all the trees down as I was heading through the mountains. It was pretty surreal to see all of that. So it looks like they've downgraded this tornado to radar indicated once again, which is good news. Oh man, I'm glad you're safe though, cause cause that was a nasty event right there. Crazy thing is, originally my area was supposed to end up getting hit by the right front quadrant, which is where all the tornadoes and the high winds were. At one point, I think we even ended up being under like a hurricane warning briefly. Then they canceled it and they shifted all of that out towards the out to the west, not the west, but the east of us. If they had shifted that for, had that storm track stayed further off to the west, we would have got it pretty bad. Fortunately, for areas like North Carolina, I don't think there was too much of a way out, really. But that shift to the east definitely made it worse. In fact, these storms that are going through North Carolina right now, or heading into North Carolina right now, ironically, today, is what we had earlier. It first got severe warned over towards my area. Speaking of which, well, we don't have any more storms. That's good. I thought we had another round. Yeah, oh no, we still do. It's going to be late tonight, so I don't think it's going to affect the stream too much. Good. Well, that's good news. Now, unless we have like unless we have some sort of random thing happen, we should be stable for the rest of the stream. Been running pretty smooth so far. Hope we can keep that going here. I didn't mean for that to be so loud. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so we have another tornado warning. It's for a pretty similar area. I guess I'll sound the siren for it. This is just to the north of that previous circulation. It's for the same counties. This is over towards Crawford. This is expected to remain over towards the rural side of the county here, instead of going over towards Durham and Rolls here. This is moving at 40 miles an hour, so that forward speed is starting to increase. This is that little sector here that I'm kind of interested in. I'm wondering if this might be the area where we end up seeing those higher winds. I do notice that we have seen a little bit of a downgrade here now with the peak wind gusts, because at one point we were talking maybe potential for up to 100 mile per hour winds. They've taken it down to 90, which is, well, still not great, but it's better news than what we had previously. Either way, if this ends up verifying that, essentially will do the same kind of damage as a small tornado. So no matter how you look at it, not a great situation, but we'll try to take our victories where we can get them. Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories about people in North Carolina still struggling to get help over there. It frustrates me a lot. I wish there was more I could do over there. Yeah, I mean, the most I could do is maybe donate a couple of bucks. That's really about it. If there was more I could do, I definitely would try. Especially since I streamed that event. Went down wrong. But here's hoping that this year we don't have the same kind of issues, man. This year's hurricane season has already been a lot quieter, even though it's only been 17 days so far. I think by this time already we had a barrel and we had maybe... I forget what the sea name storm was. Yeah, last year was pretty busy. This year, I don't think we're going to have the same kind of activity, but we'll see. Yep, there's that tornado possible tag with that area again. You need to be really watchful of that area, especially now that that low-level jet's starting to kick in. There's the inflow notch. And it's not like that notch has ever really gone away. It's pesky almost, I would say. Off to the south here is where it's gusting out, and you can see the little backward C shape trying to emerge here. So we definitely have strong winds over towards the region here. I'm also interested in this storm that's just to the east of Freedom here. Freedom, Oklahoma. This might be a point of interest if it gets its act together. So far it's discreet. If it ends up staying that way and continues to progress, we might be talking about something there in a little bit. Oh, we still have a while before this heads to Coffeeville. It's not necessarily moving that quick. That's one thing I've noticed about these storms. Their forward speed is definitely kind of lackluster. Definitely a little slower than what I would expect for storms that produce up to 100-mile-per-hour winds. Dang, this storm is still yet to enter Wichita. I think these two storms are beginning to merge here. Or maybe an occlusion occurred and maybe the new meso's here now. We'll probably see this maybe be allowed to expire soon. The one off to the south. Alright, I haven't looked at the likes in a while. We're at 18, alright. See if we can get One more, actually, now. We're up to 19. That's awesome, guys. We can get one more. I'd love to be up to 20. Definitely appreciate the support, guys. I needed that today. Definitely needed that. Alright. If there weren't tornado warnings right now, I'd actually check the weather models to see if we end up having any potential for these storms to really kind of congeal into that line. Because as far as like those extreme winds that were depicted earlier, I think this is really the last chance. Because originally, this moderate risk was a little further up towards the north. But over the course of the day, it looks like the threat it started to shift south. And the parameters were more favorable towards this region. I think in large part this was due to maybe an MCV, was it? Oh, excuse me. Alright, we hit 20 likes. Appreciate you guys again, man. Can't say it enough. I'm actually reading the synopsis real quick here. Okay, so this was surface front base. This wasn't an MCV. Okay. So that front actually ended up sinking south, and that was the reason why. Okay. Hey, Falker Luck Dragon. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you again, Blondie. All your people are coming through, man. Thank you. I forgot to share this to Discord. I just realized that. Time to grind some Destiny 2. Shoot. I'm still camo grinding on zombies right now. I'm a long ways from done. I don't even have a weapon that's on Nebula right now. Hey, if it makes you feel any better, Falcor, I'm not kind either. I'm a grumpy old troll. I'm just kidding. Also, Gumby, stop. You know I hate that emoji so much. I don't know why YouTube would put that on there. Because I remember, like, yeah, when was that stretch where I was just constantly having streams crash? It was sometime during 2023. I don't know if it was during the summertime or what, but I'm still traumatized from that, man. Dang. Just literally, I remember one day I rebooted my stream about 4 different times and it crashed 5. It was just like, you know what? Okay, now this one's a little bit trickier for me to pronounce. I hope I get it right. Uh oh, we're all mad. Okay, that's not that bad. It just looked a little crazier. Thanks for tuning in, man. Or just thanks for tuning in. Either I don't want to assume anyone's gender because then somebody will probably get mad at me. I don't want to be yelled at. At least not during stream, because I already get yelled at work all the time. Well, not really all the time. I'm just being silly. Yeah, the rainfall that y'all got over there in North Carolina was unheard of. Never in 1,000 years did I think that that thing would stall out like it did. Appreciate you. I think I actually remember you from maybe a couple of streams. It's been a little bit, but it's also been a while since I last really streamed. Well, not that long. Still mad that I didn't stream yesterday. Daggone it. Totally should have streamed yesterday. Wow. Well, it just goes to show the power of water in particular. That's the thing about it. There we go. So it is working. Okay. Let me see what PA Storm Trackers has been doing. We haven't even touched base with them once today. I think they're on this same storm that we've been watching that has that tornado possible tag. I think that's because they're over in Anthony, Kansas, which, unless I'm mistaken, isn't too far away from here. Because really, this is the only game. This is really the only game in town. Is this cluster here? All right, thanks, World Mad. Appreciate you tuning in. Depending on what happens with this cluster of storms here, really will determine how much longer we stream for. Because pretty much because of my job right now, I have a cutoff time of about maybe 11 o'clock Eastern. If it gets crazy, I might push it to 12, but I'm probably just going to be dealing with, but the way things are right now, I'm probably going to cut it off at 11. Because I got to get up at like 5 a.m. so that way I can get ready to go to work. And then from there, I don't know what I'm going to be dealing with as far as the work day is concerned. Really? 24? I stopped looking at it a second ago to try to make sure that I'm keeping an eye on chat and the radar. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Thank you, guys. And we're at $12.99 on subs right now. I just finally looked at the that little box under my chin here, under my seat. Can we make 1300 happen tonight? That'd be awesome if we could. It'd be awesome if we could make it happen. I mean, it's not the end of the world if we don't, but if we can get 1300, that'd be great. It's funny to me too because it's always like we plateau at every 100 or so. Well, no, let me not say that, because 1200, I think we broke through on that one. Nah, actually, I take that back. 1200, we stalled a little bit too. It's like every 100 yeah, I'm not taking that back. Yeah, it's like every 100 we kind of stall for a moment, and then we have a breakthrough. And then we race through it again, and then the cycle repeats. This stream has been pretty cool, though. Definitely appreciate all of you who tuned in, especially those of you in chat. I'll definitely make it better. Yeah. Thank you again, Blondie. You and your people definitely came through today, for sure. And it couldn't have been at a better time. Because I was starting to kind of lose a little bit of confidence in myself from missing these last few streams. Because I felt like I've been feeling like with everything going on, I've been just kind of letting y'all down. I'm just happy that I'm healed up, man. I think you and Gumby were the only ones here. Mia was here like earlier, and then yeah, she then I don't know what she's doing now, but yeah. Yeah, true. Oh, I know you are. I said it was only you and her. I included you. How can I forget you? How can I forget you, Gumby? Yes, you are. If he's not trying to run my own blood pressure up. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. You're good, man. You're good. You are appreciated. You are. She is right. I wonder, alright, let me look up where, PA Storm Trackers is. Especially now since we don't have any more tornado warnings. The heck, man? You didn't thank me. Because I said you were appreciated too, but okay. Screw you too. Screw you too. And your little buffer and button to go with it. Can't be nice to anyone these days. Andy spelled my name wrong. Andy spelled my name wrong. What is that? I'm like, dang, I was trying to be nice and I get mistreated. I'm out here getting mistreated. Oh man, okay, alright, enough with that. I know you meant well. I never really got into Destiny. It's not because I didn't want to, I just never bought it. That really is how that really is what is. That's really how it is out here, Blondie. It really is. Like, I think you're the only. Well, no, you've gone after me too a couple of times, but everyone else, including contingents, just relentless. Not all that much, surprisingly, amputee. For moderate risk for wind, it's not that bad. I mean, we're not done yet, but it's definitely not what I was expecting it to be. I'll put it that way. Yeah, this is what we got going on here. This is mainly for wind, but not much really going on. Tornado threat's pretty low. But yeah, this is mainly why we're live right here, is for this wind threat, but a lot of what's been expected hasn't really come to fruition so far, which honestly, I can't complain. Because in reality, if we were to get those 100 plus mile per hour winds around here, that would be a problem. Because that would just be a long line of storms producing EF2 damage. Yeah, same. Like me personally, if I'm gonna chase, I would prefer to chase out in the plains and an open field with a nice little road for me to get away. That's about it. Not get too close to the storm, just close enough to where I can get a good visual of it, get a good picture for you guys in a big old, in a big old field of nothing. Those are my favorite types of storms. No one needs to be hurt. But yeah, tonight hasn't been too bad. I'll probably wrap up in the next hour. I might try to refer some of you guys to Justin's Fireside stream if it's still on. But yeah, it's been a pretty cool stream either way, though. Appreciate all you guys as always. Especially glad that y'all found me tonight. Before we go, though, we do need to discuss tomorrow's threat, because we do have another enhanced risk. Main threat with that is also wind, but as far as parameters, we're still kind of in the unknown just a little bit. Really, I'm just trying to wait for the to wait for the HRRR to finish coming in. Excuse me. But once the HRRR fully loads in, we'll do a little discussion for that. Yeah, and it all happened overnight too. Like the one time where I can't stream, of course. I was first. I always hate when that stuff happens too, because it's like, man. Because, yeah, what I'm really hoping doesn't happen is I go to bed and then all of a sudden everything decides to hit the fan. And I don't know what it is about Mother Nature, but she loves to troll and do that whenever I'm not streaming. Like, there have been several events within the last few weeks where even if I was feeling a little bit better regarding my injuries and being a little sick even, where I couldn't get home in time. If it was if it wasn't like 85 to 90 degrees every day, I would probably consider staying up. But the other problem I have is that rib injury threw my sleep pattern all sorts here. So literally, I'm just like, I might get 2 hours of sleep here, maybe another three there, and then depending on the ride we get from work, maybe I'll sleep for another 30 minutes there. Go home, try to stay awake, end up knocking out while I'm trying to do a video, and then come to only to realize, oh, I've missed the window for me to do the video, and now new model updates are coming in. So yeah, it's always a pain. Hey, 1300, we did it. Thank you, folks. While I'm at it, though, I keep saying that we're gonna look up where PA is right now, because they're in Anthony. I wonder which storm it is they're on right now. But we have not done it. And I can't even spell anymore. It must be outside of Anthony. Maybe more towards like Harper or something. But they got to be looking at this storm. It's not severe warm, but it's a great lightning producer. She's purty. Yeah, when you get to, when you really think about it, that's like a EF1 tornado. When you get to about 100-mile-per-hour winds. Because if you think about it, EF2 starts at about 130. About 130, so pretty strong. Shoot, EF2 is technically, when you have EF2 potential, when you look at the tornado outlook, that's when you start getting that hatched risk. How would 100 miles per hour compare to hurricane wind? Would be compared in hurricane winds? That would actually be a Cat 2. Category 2 starts at about 100 miles an hour, so if that doesn't put it into perspective for you, I don't know what will. So it's a considerable hurricane, because Cat 3 starts at 115, and Cat 3 is considered major hurricane, so I mean, this kind of tells you just how strong those winds are. Shoot, I remember, when was it? I think it was 2012, back when I was living in North Atlanta. Like, we ended up having a big line of storms come through. 60-mile-per-hour winds hit, knocked the power out for about maybe 30 hours. But yeah, I could have swore I actually saw it happen. But when you get something like that, of course, visibility drops off. The tree starts pushing sideways. It's pretty wild. So if 60 will do that, then you can only imagine what happens when you start to get above hurricane force at 75 and then going to 100. I mean, sheesh. Oh, excuse me. Oh, so they're Emporia. So they're in more towards like Emporia, Kansas. Looks like they're going on a little chase-a-thon here. Yeah, their location tracker is way behind then. Or maybe I'm way behind. Oh, yeah, they're setting up for tomorrow. Alright, let's see if HRRR is finished. You're done with all this rain. Yeah. Me personally, I'm kind of ready to... I want to say I'm ready for it to stop raining over here too. But at the same time, I would love to see it kind of finish out for the rest of this week, because then my off season starts. I mean, obviously I'm going to still have to find other work, but let me at least have my job stay pretty easy, so that way I don't have to basically pop a wheelie with an aerator in order to have enough weight to like get into the ground. Because one thing about Georgia red clay, it gets compact very quickly. And in order to poke holes into the ground, like, machines have to be kind of heavy. A derecho? Yes. So there's specific criteria for a derecho. I think we have the command on here. Let me see. I've been having a lot. One other issue I've had lately also is my Streamlabs bot has been god awful lately. I'm pretty sure I got it fixed, but yep, there we go. There you go. There you go, amputee. That is the actual definition of derecho right there. Yeah, we supposedly have another round of rain coming in later tonight. And then we have potentially up to another inch of rain coming in tomorrow, coming in the following day. Widespread damage. Yeah, they cause widespread damage and super problematic. Yeah, I think I remember that one. Yeah, I think that either was one that was like overnight or one that happened while I was at work. Because I remember one that went through that area. And I remember I was trying to set up to go live for that one, but I don't think I was able to get home in time. You can't even get out the door? Dang. There was a video I actually meant to post on Discord and actually post as a short here. This is just after we had like a... Yep, yeah, I do remember that. So I was live that day. I was live and then I ended up having to go to bed because I had to go to work. And then as a result, everything else decided to kind of go off, and of course I missed it. If that's not... If that isn't how it almost always goes. Oh, sarcasm. I can't read sarcasm easily through a chat message. Come on. Or at least not that easily. Sometimes I can. But yeah, I think I remember that. I was just like, dang. So I remember seeing people talking about it on Discord. I'm like, oh no. And then the first thing I thought about was like, oh, amputee is not happy. I hope he's not mad at me. Yeah, with as much rain as you've gotten, that is definitely not surprising, Gumby. Yeah, I know you are tired of the rain. Like, there were a few times over the last couple weeks where I've been kind of holding my breath, making sure that I could even get out of my neighborhood even. In fact, there was one day when I was coming home from work, and I took video, like I said, I took video of it, and I meant to post it on Discord, and also even make a short of it and put it on YouTube. But one of the storm drains on the highway, because I actually got to travel a little distance to get to work, which is also why I have to get up so early. But yeah, one of the highways that I take on the way home the storm drain failed and actually flooded in like several different spots. Like, it was pretty bad actually. There were several inches of standing water there. Like, it wasn't, like, it was getting to a point where I was kind of wondering if I should just maybe turn around and go a different way. Like, it was that bad. So, it was one of those situations. Yeah, it was the last thing I was expecting at all. I think that storm is finally starting to roll in at long last towards US 400. We've been waiting forever for that to happen. Yeah, derechos suck. Bow echoes, derechos, and squall lines. Those always make you a little nervous. And then there's always that odd chance. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second here. We got an 80-mile-per-hour gust here finally. Took long enough. Or we did. Wait, where is it? Is it this? Well, we had it. It's gone now. Oh, wait, no. We do have it. This is it right here. I think they downgraded it, though. It kind of snuck under my nose. The Wichita storm? Ah. Yeah, you're going to get another nice helping of rain. Yeah, you're going to get a nice helping of rain, unfortunately. Hell of a lot of rain. Sorry you got to deal with that again. Alright, if this can organize, I think this will be where we get the strongest winds is with this. Okay, so we're going to pull up the weather models here because I know of at least one or maybe even two of you that live in the area for tomorrow's severe weather threat. So, of course, we're going to make sure we have you guys squared away here. Okay, let's get that going. Yeah, I remember. I think I remember where you live now. Well, not exactly, obviously, but yeah, I think I remember your area now. All right, HRRR is completely loaded up now. Cool. That 0Z run always takes forever, but that is I guess it's necessary though, because all the other runs are like 18-hour runs, and then the 0Z, the 6Z, 12, and 18, those are all 48-hour runs, so it takes like almost 3 times as long, of course. But it's usually good data that we end up getting whenever we get those. So, gotta make sure it's right. Alright, so we can go ahead and set this all up properly, so that way we can give out the info that we need here. Alright, let's make sure we also have that radar up real quick. We'll keep that off to the side, so that way if things do get a little bit out of hand here. Oh, wait, that's not what we want. Where is it? Where is that other? Oh, come on. Did I lose it? I made a few changes on here recently. I hope I didn't delete it. Okay, there it is. That storm originally had a severe thunderstorm warning on it earlier. It still does. Oh, it does have 70-mile-per-hour winds, so, and it was observed, so you do need to be on watch for that. Might want to be on the lookout for some half-dollar sized hail. Yeah, it still has 70-mile-per-hour winds on it, yeah. A little earlier, it dropped below severe limits. I guess it ran into a little bit more energy out there. Go ahead and look at those velocities real quick before we get started. You can look on the bottom left corner of the screen. You can still see everything. Get the right radar sight up. Oh, it's blowing 70 right there. I'd get away from that window if I were you. I wonder if this. They said they're in Emporia. So I doubt they're looking at this storm. Yeah, they're heading to the next target area. That might be even worse. But, good luck. Nah, Gumby's gonna stick it out. Gumby's probably gonna stick it out even if we tell him not to. It's okay. Gumby, just be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. Can't tell you what to do, but I still want you to be safe. Stay safe, my friend. All right, let's get to this. Let's get to this discussion here real quick. All right. So one thing you'll find about this time of year, when we look at the upper levels in regards to our troughs, there's not a whole lot that we tend to see during this time of year. It's usually towards the lower levels where things are a little bit more impressive, but this is probably one of the more stout looks that we get during this time of year. Like I said, it's nothing to really write home about. Oh, it faces east. Oh, if you were facing like off to the north and west, you'd be screwed. That rain blowing right into your face at 70 miles an hour would not be fun. And I'm pretty sure you know what that feels like. Like, I've been in a situation where we've had like blowing rain before, and it's just like coming at you head on. Like, that sucks. That hurts. It feels like you're getting hit by freaking pebbles. And it's not like an overwhelming pain. It's just like, ow, 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 ow. What? Like, stop it. I wouldn't compare it to like getting a tattoo because I've never had one, but it's annoying. I'll say that much. Like, if I wasn't on stream right now and if it was happening to me, I would probably be saying a few different words. I told you there was hail out there. I told you that it had hail in it. I don't know why you acted like you were like, oh no, this has got hail in it. I told you. I told you. I said, hey, there's going to be hail in. I was like, hey, there's going to be hail in this. You might want to get inside. And that's why I was like, you know what? You're a grown man. I'm gonna let you do what you want to do. I'm not gonna get on to you too much. I'm gonna say, I'll let you do what you want to do. But I knew that once that hail came in, you were gonna be like, nope, I've had enough of this. Yeah, riding a motorcycle in the rain sounds awful. No, I said like half-dollar size hail or more. You know what a half-dollar is. I mean, you were only like maybe half an inch away from being at golf balls. So the fact that you saw a few golf balls mixed in there does not surprise me in the slightest. You actually might want to call that in, by the way. Call that into your local National Weather Service. Get a few brownie points there. Uh, okay. All right, back to the discussion here because I got completely sidetracked. That was kind of funny though. But yeah, I told you. But yeah, I mean, told you that this had hail in it. Why would I say anything about peas or dimes? We probably would have just went and tanked it, went out there and stood outside and tanked it. Just been like, okay, somebody's probably gonna clip that and turn it into a blooper. Or just with my luck and things would probably tune in just for that little bit. Okay. So this is kind of an interesting situation for me because I don't know if I'm going to be home quickly enough to maybe tune that. Half-dollar size is 1.25, so that's about half an inch difference. Quarter size hail starts at about an inch. But still, it is quite a difference. So, Christine, interesting situation for me. I don't know if I'm gonna be home quickly enough to catch this one. Based off what I'm seeing on the 500 here. It's cutting it a little close for me. Wait, no, it should be fine. Diffluence kicks in, yeah, it kicks in around like 21, but this also kind of, it definitely has the look of a linear event. This definitely has the look of damaging winds just based off of 500 alone. And it looks like a small line that kind of picks up around maybe 4, 5 o'clock, really ramps up around 6 or 7 before it eventually dies out as we get later into the evening. Kind of back that up with a little bit of evidence from that shortwave here at 700. Wow, you can see that sucker moving. Shortwave trough. This is where it looks a little bit more stout. Yep. Somewhere between 4 and 5 seems to be the initiation time here for sure, because you see this little kink right here in that contour line. That is where those storms are going to be, right around that time frame here. Might get a little bit of secondary action over towards Van Wert, maybe by 4. But yeah, I would say, but I would give maybe an extra hour or two window, or give or take an extra hour or two. So it could be somewhere between 2 and 5. That would be the initiation time, I would think. And then we'll probably see that clear out. As far as the low-level jet is concerned, that's one question that I do have. I think that's going to play a little bit of a wild card factor in regards to that tornado threat. Let me look at the 4-speed. It's not that fast. It says it's only going at about 25. I guess with that storm beginning to gust out, maybe it just gained a little bit of forward speed. But that line is pretty skinny. Yeah, that line's a little skinny, so if it picks up any kind of speed, yeah, it would be over pretty quick. But then you still got plenty of heavy rain left behind it, along with the lightning, so it's a long night for you either way. Okay. Peak shear seems to occur right around 5 or 6. So if something could get going, it would have to be kind of discreet, or it would be something that would kind of be up and down the line here. But a tornado can't be ruled out with this setup here. And I mean, it kind of goes along with the risk that we already had over there, because there's already a 5%er. Yeah, that sounds... Oh, lucky you. You get to do that. I'm surprised I'm still awake right now, to be honest. As long as a day as I've had, I'm surprised that I'm not sleepy. It's probably the best that I've felt in the last few days. Yeah, I think 60 and 80 isn't unreasonable. I think 80 isn't unreasonable. Is it to a point where I would say it's a shoe in? Obviously not. Otherwise, we would have had 100-mile-per-hour gusts already tonight, and we have yet to see those yet. But like I said, the night is somewhat young, so I wouldn't go as far as to say that the threat is completely done, but we're definitely staying on the lower end of the spectrum, that's for sure. But yeah, I would say that your threat probably ends right at about 8, and then that threat shifts towards Ohio. But yeah, here's a look at the outlook here. Right now, they don't have a hatch risk for your area, Christine, but I would keep an eye on that to see if things change. I think the next outlook will probably be at about 1 a.m. So by the time you get up, this could change. You're a cybersec pinster, so you do big bounties and make your own hours. Shoot, man. If I could make my own hours, I'd tell you, dude. Also, while I'm at it, I know I have a decent little viewing audience over here towards this area. So we will be going over that as well. So we're going to go to 24 hours here. We're just going to move this right up. Jump here and kind of go from that point. But man, if I had that kind of power, I would hardly ever miss a stream. Like I would just be looking at the weather models well in advance, and from that point onward, I'd be like, okay, thumbnails made, all right, type up the description, all that other stuff. Work a few hours, knock that out, then go live, take a nap, work again, just rinse and repeat. If only I could do that. If only I could do that, man. I'm kind of jealous, I can't lie. Okay, so it looks like we might have a couple of different rounds here in regards to the Thursday setup here. Yeah, those golf balls, yeah, they melt pretty quick. You have to pick your battles, man. Sometimes you have to get inside, or you have to risk it for the biscuit. And me, it is my job to not encourage you to risk it for the biscuit. Yeah, it was the rain and the hail was coming down a little too much. That's why I was saying like so yeah, I would but yeah, even though you're Skywarn certified too, you know, there is that. Yeah, you got to be careful though. But yeah, it looks like the first round would probably come in, really start to kick in, probably around like 4, and then kind of pick up from there for the Thursday threat. Probably slows down after about probably 9, 10 o'clock. I guess I'll try and go live for it tomorrow. I'll try to. My worry is making sure that I can be home for it. That's the big issue. Well, if it is, no, let's not go. Let's not talk like that. But I'm pretty sure. Let's just say I've heard some stories. Because those hailstones fall with some pace now. It's unwise to underestimate those. Amen. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, if I can get hail, if I'm out chasing and I have an opportunity to get hail safely, then sure. But if it's unreasonable, like if I'm gonna be out in like the core of the storm to get hail, no. Like at that point, I'd just say, hey, listen, guys, y'all might just have to be a little bit disappointed in me for that one. And imagine if something something bad like that were to happen on stream. I'd get banned too. On my final day on Earth, YouTube decides to ban me. We're gonna ban you because you perished. Okay, so the Delmarva might be our point of interest here for Thursday as well. Northern Virginia into Maryland, maybe even Delaware before all is said and done. Yeah, I know a few people too. Alright, let's look at our cape for these next couple days here. Whew, that's a lot of capes still. Yeah, we don't have the combination on pivotal weather. To a point, I kind of like it that way, but I also don't. I have mixed feelings about it. Okay, so this is where we have the most optimal cape here. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of way in the way of inhibition. But yeah, we have good surface cape, almost 4,000 actually. The D cape is actually pretty high. By the way, Christine, this is a little further to your south. So, I mean, something to watch, but this isn't a shoe-in for your area. Those cloud bases are going to be pretty low, though. And that low-level jet is going to make them fly through there, so it'll be quite a sight, that's for sure. One thing that, of course, is going to help limit the tornado potential, supercell potential, are those crummy lapse rates. The thermals are not the most optimal. Excuse me, for this type of setup. One thing that you will find, of course, with those dew points being in the 70s and those relative humidities, it is going to feel very soupy outside. It's not going to be fun, but an explosive amount of energy in the atmosphere. And these are going to be pretty hefty rainmakers here with the precipitable water being as high as it is. We're starting to get even close to that, to being at 2 inches here. Usually 1.5 is where you start to get those high precip style storms. Oh yeah, I bet it is. Especially considering you have pretty much a severe thunderstorm in your area. It's going to be soupy, and the front has not passed through yet for you. You have more to go. Unfortunately, you are not done. And unfortunately over here, it's soupy as well. Why must you remind me of my misery? Why must you remind me of my misery? I gotta work in it tomorrow too. Help me. You ain't gotta apologize. But I'm not looking forward to these next few days, considering how it's felt outside. Like, tomorrow it's supposed to be 90. I already know the relative humidities are going to be in the 70s, in the 70 to 80% range. So it's going to be tough sledding. Good instability over here towards the Delmarva. I don't think we're really going to have that low level shear where we would need it to be. It's going to be a bit of a struggle. We might barely scrape the surface of getting where we would need to be to have maybe a marginal tornado threat. I would say by the time we get this to the day 2 outlook, I would say that maybe we get a 2% as of right now. There is a chance that that gets upgraded, but I would say as of right now 2%. Okay, so I guess with us not really having a whole lot in the way of inhibition to slow this down, we may as well go ahead and just take a look at reflectivity here. That storm should be just about out of there, so you should have a window before the next one comes in. Oh, well, yeah. If you're gonna do it, you need to do it really fast. Like, really fast. Because that next one actually is kind of hot on its heels. I'd say you have maybe a couple minutes. Probably still got lightning going on out there right now, so just, yeah, make it quick. That would be my best advice to give you there right now. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at reflectivity real quick, though. I would say that there's still an odd chance that maybe we get some stronger wind gusts out of this, but the chance is diminishing more and more with each model run that I've seen for tonight. So I think we'll be okay this time to go offline, but we'll see what happens there. We still have the chance of a few stronger wind gusts over here towards maybe eastern Oklahoma and southeastern Kansas as well. As we go further along, we'll see that MCS kind of die out. This is what will end up going into Arkansas here. And then after that, we'll see this trough come in. Storms will begin to initiate a little bit early. And the line really starts to consolidate around about 4 or 5 o'clock Eastern. See a few severe storms develop here. All hazards seem possible, and then we'll watch this clear out by the time we get towards about 9, 10 o'clock. Then we start to see our chance of redevelopment occurring over here towards these regions. You see a kind of a multicellular mode, and then a similar time frame, probably about maybe somewhere between 3 and 5 o'clock on Thursday. We have our best chance for maybe some severe weather. We'll see if we can end up being live for any of these days here, upcoming days here. We're going to do the best we can, that's for sure, though. But that's the discussion here. We'll just kind of chill out for the last little bit. Probably prepare to go to bed in just a little bit, too. Also, I want to say again, guys, this has been an awesome stream. Yeah, I figured that much. Nah, he senses that one that's coming in behind you guys. That's what it really is. Because you have another storm coming in that's like hot on the heels of that last one. Not quite as potent, but still plenty of thunder and lightning to go around. In fact, there it is right there. That's your last storm, and that's this one. So you only really had a few minutes, and when it comes to pooping, dogs don't like to be rushed. That's one thing I have learned. Oh, he went to go potty. All right. I wonder if Justin's still live. If he's at Fireside right now. So I'll probably, let's see if I can't hand you guys off to him. Don't forget to reach out to mods. Yeah. Good reminder, because that's, like I said, I'm kind of new to doing the raids. Oh, moderate motley. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, definitely need to, well, I did sub to his channel, so there is that. So hopefully I'll try to put him in the featured so that way I remember. Yeah, because that might be a thing for Thursday as well, especially since his area would actually be under the gun. Yeah, I haven't even looked at X today, hardly. Yeah, I haven't looked at X at all today. That's crazy. No problem, Christine. Always happy to help. Yeah, I haven't seen a message yet. Yeah, I know. I just had to get out of my own head. That was all. I just had a moment where I let things kind of get to me. Do I even have a spam box on here? No, I haven't seen anything yet. Nope. Not in my spam box. Yeah, I haven't seen any yet. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't seen any of that. I look at the, yeah, I just looked at some spam messages though. I'm like, what in the world? I'm like, some of these people, man, I tell you. I'm just glad y'all didn't see that. Like, my God. I just don't understand some people sometimes. I really don't. If anything, that was kind of funny. Anyway, though. Yeah, all kinds of spam. I think that kids use these websites too. You get exposed to that. That's wild. That is wild. I'll never understand that. And I'll never understand the people that make that kind of content too. Like, I just don't get it. Okay, Justin is live. Good. I'll tell you what. So, how would you guys feel? So, how would you guys feel if I had us jump into Justin's stream now? Would you guys be cool with that? I don't always have the ability to show a lot of love to these guys who have shown love to me. Especially guys like Justin. He was like one of the first people to allow me to show his feed on stream. So, obviously, look out for those who look out for you. So, no, yes. Daggone it, Gumby. Nope. Oh no, that hard drive's cooked, man. There is no fixing that unless I get a new hard drive, which is basically the same as a computer. It's basically the same as getting another laptop, essentially. Then I still have to start over from scratch. That's another thing that's kind of slowed me down. Yeah, like those last couple, yeah, like really these last couple months have been kind of trashed. All right. We'll wait for a couple more people. I mean, I'm gonna be offline here soon either way. Okay, Shia. Okay, Shia LaBeouf. Okay, Shia, you didn't have to say it backwards. Oh, reply to your Discord message. I haven't seen them. I actually haven't seen any Discord messages from you. Where is it? Oh. Oh, okay. Wow, I'm just now seeing it. What the heck? You sent that back all the way in April. What the heck? Poor Gumby. Poor Gumby. Well, it is what it is. All right, guys. Let me. All right, guys. So here's what I'm gonna do. Round 8. Sheesh. You got a whole boxing fight with the rain here. You almost got the standard 10 rounder. Probably gonna go to round 12. Got the championship fight. Right. Alright, so if you guys are interested in that fireside chat, here is the link. I'll pin that just to make sure. Just make sure you have that, and then we will go from there. Well, any of you that are interested, of course, there's a link. All right. If you guys want to speak in chat, I mean, if you come up with like a catchphrase, then feel free. But if you guys, yeah, I guess I'll call it a night here in a little bit. Alright, let's take a quick look, because I think that was a tornado warning that it went off just a second ago. Yep, it was. It's just outside of Enid. Gotta get this to work. Automated. Something about nachos? Sure, if y'all wanted to use that one, even though that really is, even though that's really Brady's thing. I don't want to steal it, but if you guys want to go that route, then go right ahead. Because you guys were part of that original crowd. Also, this was for Grant and Garfield County. This is radar indicated. None of these storms really started moving fast at any point tonight. Everything's kind of stayed below 40 miles an hour, which has been quite surprising. But this could potentially impact Pond Creek, Crimlin, and Hillsdale. So radar indicating will be in effect for another 25 minutes. But yeah, alright, let me make sure you guys are good. Alright, I've just said something in chat. All right, so if you guys want to pop in, you know what? I guess if you want to use the nachos thing, feel free. Well, come on, guys, pop in if you could. You don't have to, but if you do, I just want to see maybe like one or two you do it. Well, I'm definitely going to cut this stream off, though, because obviously it's pretty much bedtime for me. Appreciate you all tuning in. Everybody take care. Go show Justin some love. Obviously show PA Storm Trackers some love here tonight. And we'll try and get here. The sub to chat. Right, yeah, he does have that set up. Well, alright, guys. Feel free to tune out of the stream here, and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Till then, everybody take care. Have a good night. Take care of each other and take care of yourselves. Till next time.